Well, hello everybody. Welcome to VR Master League. We are about to get started with the first streams here on Channel 2 for the evening, which is to say Absolute Unit versus a bunch of baby ducks. About to start here. On the casting end of things, I'm Palidore. On the cameras, it's Swift. Just be cam in there, resting the voice a bit, and I'm sure maybe resting up soon, as it is like 2 a.m. where he lives at the moment, but appreciate him for joining us. And appreciate you in the Twitch for joining us as well. See a lot of people there in the chat. Mighty Quinn VR. We see Kato and Swift and Coney Gamer, as well as Moawesh and Kermie the Frog, cheering on a bunch of ducks. Makes sense. So welcome to the stream. And yeah, so getting these teams, we saw Absolute Unit. We just had them streamed fairly recently. For a bunch of baby ducks, it's been a couple weeks. So as I mentioned yesterday in the streams, kind of goal of mine, especially, I mean, throughout the whole season, of course, but especially this week, looking to get some more of these less often streamed teams more airtime. Bothers me looking at the list and seeing them not being casted enough. So hence, here we are. By the by, how's the volume of my voice? Is it okay for all those guys in there in the Twitch? Let us know if anything's too quiet or anything like that. As far as the highlights, they'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. Just give it a little time. Now, teams have been informed they can start soon. Coney's saying I'm actually loud. Well, that's a pleasant change from before. See, before we were struggling with an issue where it seemed like my levels were completely fine in OBS, and yet on the stream, for the stream, I was quiet. It was kind of strange. Kermie, don't do that. Oh my. Well, okay. Speedbird. So we got the frogs, we got the Kermit the frogs, and we've got the bunch of baby ducks. A lot of animals coming in. And indeed, you Twitch chat, you are a bunch of animals. Make no mistake. Don't know about you sometimes. Swift's saying he found the problem in my ear. Well, I found a problem. No. Coney says, how much for Palidore to do a whole cast with a Kermit voice? All of your channel points, for now and forever. But yes, hopefully we get started. We have all the players involved now. I know maybe ping discussions happening. I'm not quite sure. The pings at the moment are they're not high, but they're not low, I guess. Not to be confused with low or V wherever he is. But got one player in 100 and then a few players in the 80s and such. But assuming we don't change servers or anything, we should get ready to begin here. Absolute Unit over on the orange team, running with a roster of Dune, Sayotos, Urbit Star, and JJO for today. And so over for a bunch of baby ducks. Running with a roster of Spiderferg, Jade, Michael, Flatman 0, and Tyrant. Conan is saying I have 3.1. You have 3.1 K channel points on channel 1. I have like 40K at this point. I think Rox Titan probably has 60 to 80 by now. But yeah, round 1 is underway. Finally here, happy to say. Bunch of baby ducks trying to approach the goal here off the first joust here. Bottom of the floor, missing the hands of Spider, but Spider's going to retain and look for that cross pass play. Just beyond the reach there as Tyrant got stunned out, actually. But still taken back by Flatman, going backman up top. And a rebound here from Jade Michael. And Jade sailing in. What a gem. That's 2 points here for a bunch of baby ducks. Speedbird saying, can't hear you. Never mind. Okay, I won't. Coney calling for ducks in 3. We shall see. All right, so launch out on this one will be Dune looking for that pass. Actually, just might reach his teammates eventually anyway, as Sciotos grabs the disc. Going up high, but no one there at the backboard to receive, so Spider-Fur getting it back for the Ducks. And now it'll be Flatman with the disc. Got Tyrant on the back line of the trench as well, has a pass to Spider. So good spacing being shown. And yeah, the Channel 1 is live as well right now with 3 matches in a row. Currently, it's, what is it, Protostar facing off against, you should remember this. Gotta look it up now. Gold Diggers, that's right. And just as well, they have some back-to-back Joker games coming up. One against Illuminati, one against Frostbite. So some intrigue definitely over there on Channel 1. Meanwhile, for Channel 2 here, always intriguing to see these teams, especially who haven't been streamed enough, like I said, get a good look at them and see what they've got in their pockets and what the progression has been like since we've streamed some of these teams last. I know for Baby Ducks, it's been a couple weeks, like I said, 2 or 3 weeks at least. Now, following this match on this same channel, I will also get Onion versus Technique streamed. And right now, a nice cross pass as they line up the goal. It's, well, JJ almost getting a save, it looks like. But credit will nonetheless go the way of the Baby Ducks, finding their 4th points 2.5 minutes in. But yes, following this match as well, we do have Onion versus Technique. And provided we're not too delayed at the top of the hour, so 50 minutes from now-ish, we'll maybe have Space Force versus Misfits, hoping to get them streamed, but just kind of depends on the delays. It's always a little bit tight with these 30 minutes of separation between matches, so we'll do what we can. But at the moment, a back pass, not going to actually get there, but getting it right back instead is Jade Michael with a good steal, and recognizing his teammate there on the opposite side. Now, granted, the anchor, a little bit of a miscatch on that one, so it goes back to Orbit's hands for Absolute Unit, but then right back again and again as they go across for a reception here. Spider-Ferg tries to clear out of there before getting stunned. See YouTube in the chat saying, "Sup, what's up?" To the great YouTube, indeed. He is YouTube for now and forever. I don't care what the in-game name says. It's just YouTube. Mostly because I can't remember otherwise, as Flatman says, look at here, Pally. We've got some gameplay going on. We've got 7 points on the board. Pay attention. And I am. But yes, YouTube, a.k.a. XXXXXXX from, or .com from Synapse. So much easier just to say the tubes. The tubester, as they go down here for the tube clear. Now, Orbit Star unable to receive that, so Jade will. Passing it up high, trying to find one of the teammates here. They got Flatman, they got Tyrant, but getting right by them. Bouncer will go right up high, maybe unintentionally almost to Orbit, but nonetheless will be bouncing back to the midfield. A few different players piling up here in the midfield as Jade collects the disc once more, doing a good job in the mid. But there's Orbit getting stunned, but slinging it backwards as he attempts to get that clear. And some more just exchanges of possessions, neither team really getting too much control in this particular joust, as Flatman finally tries to address that, going to the bottom of the floor, and looks like Tyrant might have had a good grab at it if it weren't for the defense there from Dune. Kind of stunning out and negating the efforts. Kermie saying they're happy to see the Ducks play, Baby Ducks, as Orbit ducks below that barrier and gets the 3-point shot. 9 meters out, and nice hit to get the first 3 points for Absolute Unit. Good to see. And yeah, YouTube pointing out Coney Gamer there, the kind of like Swift. Not sure exactly where from across the pond you are, but I know it's pretty late. So appreciate you for joining the streams, all you fine folks across the seas, across the borders. Now over there to the wedge, a reception there by Tyrant. Tyrant's gonna get stunned out, just slings it backwards. Orbit is in the area with Jade. Jade and Orbit definitely been contesting those discs in the midfield an awful lot. You see those loose discs going their ways a lot of the time. Tony from Netherlands, nice. UK time +1. Well, +1 to you for joining here on Channel 2. As a pass over to the post, going to be missing the first grab, maybe even the second. So in a hot second, Sciotos is there with a clear, but right back to Flatman, 0. Trying to to get that 1-0 on the scoreboard. If they can score a 3-point here, they're going to go instead for maybe a alley-oop potentially over to that bottom receiver. Nonetheless, going back to the bow tie, or the nest rather, and Tyrant gets it by to make it a 6-point match once again, favoring the Baby Ducks. A bunch of them, in fact, for the 9th point. Yeah, YouTube saying, so like 3 Amish, 3 a.m.-ish for Coney there. As this launch goes out really fast. Look at the nice boost coming in hot from Urbit and Sayotos as well as JJ. Going for the backboard play. Good touch. Finding that hit, and it's a 4-point match. So Absolute Unit starting to put on some points now in the second half of this round. Yeah, there are a lot of matches yesterday, as Chad is pointing out, between channels 1 and 2 throughout the night. Lots of entertaining ones on both ends. So no matter where you join, that's the lovely part about VRML is you can tune in at any time, and you're gonna find a good match somewhere, somehow. As right now going for the play, and Spider-Ferg finds the way. Good placement right at that left corner, and it's 11-5 now. Right back up for the Baby Ducks. See a cool 21 joining in, 20 plus now in the stream. Good to see you. And I see as a nice steal comes through here, Jade trying to clear it and look for their boost maybe. Some regrabs and nicely done here for the Baby Ducks, that is. And oh no, I think it was Tyrant on the score. Another near save by JJ. That's the second time. Unfortunately, it does get through. For Absolute Units now, they're going to be down maybe too much here. We'll see. 2 minutes left in the first round. They got a little time, but not too much. Baby Ducks are going to be glad to pull ahead. And yeah, YouTube in the chat there maybe alluding to some future happenings. But over there, Spider-Ferg with a steal. And going to be obtained by Dune. Interception now going up to the Cloud. The very Cloud that Synapse is famous for, at least Zach was, and is, on that bounce shot. But nonetheless, into the deep orange zone for Absolute Units. That disc is going to be received and grabbed with a lot of time to walk it in for Flatman, saying that they don't want them to come back, man. Not in this round. 15-5. So YouTube confirming we're going to see some Tony time in Synapse soon. Is that right? Perhaps one day. I look forward to whatever developments, though, are underway for Synapse. Of course, any changes at the top level is always going to be super intriguing, no matter what those changes are. So I definitely hope to cast the next Synapse match, if nothing else. See what we got going. Tyrant right there, trying to put on the brakes and losing the disc, however. Getting it back is Dune clearing through the left tunnel, just evading the hands of a few defenders in the general area. And now it's a game of the boost. You see the defense here for Baby Ducks. A couple of them retreating into goal, a couple of them at midfield now, and getting it right back. It's Jade Michael eventually snagging it and sending it, but right back into the blue area will be Jade with the disc again. Tries a second time to send it through. Now that's going to be onto that left corner, bounce off a bit, and looks like a breakaway play maybe for Tyrant. A nice shield, but some stuns there coming through. Did manage to shield 2 of them, but couldn't get that last one. So as the time does wind down here, maybe one more attempt, but Jade Michael saying nope, and sending it into the tunnel. So 5 seconds remaining, looking like it will end here 15-5 in round 1, favoring a bunch of Baby Ducks. For reference, Coney, it's not Coney time, it's Tony time, and Tony time, he'll be joining Eclipse. You heard it here first. Boys are getting back together, and Tony is going to be our 4th, rest assured. But with the first round out of the way and in the books here was just a very nice effort being put forth here by a bunch of Baby Ducks. You can see the 5 points for Flatman and Jade Michael with 2, Spider-Ferg 2. One of the players there temporarily missing, but don't worry, they'll be back on the score sheet. Happens sometimes when we're pulling the stats for one reason or the other. Jade, who was the fourth player missing here? It's Tyrant. Okay, so Tyrant has 2 points, 1 assist, and 11 stuns. Just for posterity there. And yeah, so 3 different players, in fact, for Baby Ducks with an assist. And that's what you like to see. Good team play. And just a lot of rebounds as well. I mean, 71% of the shots taken based off of the extra attempts. Looking real nice. And it was 3 points for Orbit Star and a couple points for JJO. Dune with the 25 stuns and 10 for Sciotos. And now round 2, about to be underway. And let's see if Absolute Unit can make themselves a comeback. Again, we've seen Absolute Unit recently on stream, not quite as been quite as long as it has been for the Ducks. They're trying to get on through. Jade Michael just picking it off, and Tyrant taking the disc back here. So as Flatman attached, looks like they might go for that clear and boost attempt, but one getting stunned along the way there. Still recovering, though, is Flat, but not for too long. Dune is there to not offer too much room. Screwing up the plans for a moment, but Jade Michael still recovering. A good back pass, resetting to Tyrant. Tyrant going to work it up the floor. Look for that pass to the shoulder. Gets it on over. Good assist from Tyrant over to Jade. Another near save for Absolute Unit, but not quite. And that's the first 2 points for Baby Ducks once again. Princess stopping by as well, saying something looks funny to read about the name, like the names right now, or the stat sheet, because I noticed the stat sheet looked a little bit odd as well. But nonetheless, over here on to the other side of the floor, we can still got some game to play. But yeah, let me know what's up, and we'll figure it out maybe between streams or between rounds or something. Over here on the turnover, it's going to go into, almost bounced to the goal, but Tyrant will guarantee it eventually, picking it off that back and just walking it right in, essentially 1 meter out. There's it's 4 points there for Baby Ducks, getting started pretty much the same way they did earlier on in the first round, which is to say, nice and hot. Princess saying it was just the stat sheet. Yeah, so if it was just the stat, and I was kind of noticing that a little bit. I'm not sure if we can actually fix that or not. Might be something on the Ignite end of things. Not sure. Because yeah, the stats are web-based, courtesy of Ignite. Always doing great work and making the casting lives easier, of course. So if something is funky with that, we'll have to take a look. I'm just not sure if we can address it right away or not. But in any case, on that bounce, it'll just go off that shield, off that barrier that is, and taken here by Dune. Down by 4 points, but still some time here as they try and go for that back pass, perhaps over to JJ in the goal area. So right back to the wedge, will reach Dune nicely. So reading the geometry fairly nicely, but you know what? So is Spider-Ferg there to swoop in for the intercept. Gets it to Flatman with some immediacy as they go for another crossover to that same left shoulder that bought them some success earlier. That shoulder in that post area. Still rebounding though. Jade Michael checking behind and getting declined by Sciotos. So clear down the mid lane as some boosted players, a pair of them way up ahead, giving plenty of time, perhaps, for Baby Ducks to collect eventually. There were some nice brawls being dealt by the Ducks to really just delay Absolute Unit a bunch of extra time. That said, having trouble kind of wrangling that disc. It's getting lost here off of some bounces. Eventually, Flatman does retain it, works up the floor slowly, trying to ditch the defense in the process and see if they can get something going here. Maybe go up by 6 to 7 points, perhaps. Now, there is one teammate there for Absolute Unit at the goal. That is JJ trying to defend this one. Going off the backboard player, attempting to perhaps, but a nice stack from Sciotos and Orbit Star, that is, getting a stun on him. So Flatman with the disc trying to evade Sciotos. A good pass over to Tyrant. Tyrant tapping off, but not able to make the defense hurt off that shot, just bouncing off the pole, which always hurts to see as an offensive player. But still, they're going to get some more attempts. Much like the first round, they've been doing a pretty good job corralling that disc and just continually pressing on this barrier here and into the bubble. Just with that rebound, and goal. There you go, Tyrant. All right, now, Baby Ducks still showing their hot. Really holding down Absolute Unit here and holding their own on the offense. So on this launch down by 6. Still 6 minutes left to go. A little bit under that. There's time to work with. I think for Absolute Unit, you just want to see them, well, get a rebound and goal just like that off a nice bounce off that launch. So there you go. First 2 points for Absolute Unit. So I have to say, you know, if they can get some more of those clears for Absolute Unit, because it's not as if the Ducks are scoring with frequency. I mean, it does take them a few attempts a lot of these times. So if they can just get more of those clears and get the speed going kind of like that and get some of those passes going, they should be fine. And right now, only down 4, so they've got nothing to worry about too much. Let's see how they play the defense here. A clear going the way of the goalkeeper. It looks like there is one player for Ducks, which is Tyrant, trying to contest a couple players in the bubble. But coming away and coming through is Jade Michael, getting a nice 2. It's 8-2. 4:50 remaining here in the second round. So right back to Absolute Unit with the joust advantage. And taking it first will be Dune. So on that QB, had to get rid of it pretty quickly because of that stack coming in hot. And speaking of hot stacks, there's a second one, just dinging another, however, so that's going to be a tough miss. Hopefully for Absolute Unit, if they can take advantage of this, I mean, they're going to want to. Got a lot of interference being ran, though, and a lot of players floating and trying to collect that disc. And you can see good contest actually coming there at the bow tie by Sayotos on Tyrant. So really forcing Baby Ducks to kind of take a tough angle, just throwing it into that bubble. Now losing it here in the tunnel as well, so maybe a chance, but again, just too quick for Baby Ducks. Definitely flapping their wings and getting from end to end in a timely fashion. Now they're going to find the defense totally off balance here, going for a 3, but JJ, a nice save. That was a 4-on-1. Now JJ was stunned in the goal, but the shot just mistimed slightly, so enabled JJ to come through that stun and come out of it with a save and a clear. Unfortunately, as has often been the case, the Baby Ducks are going to come around with a disc in the midline. A little bit of awkward interactions, being stunned out nonetheless, and JJ will get the disc back here. Maybe a chance trying to bounce it into the goal. Now looking for a nice stacks. There's a regrabs. JJ all the way 4-8. So still favoring a bunch of Baby Ducks here, but you got to love what Absolute Units did, and especially JJ had, I think, 3 different plays there that effectively got them the disc and the score eventually. So very good work from them to capitalize off that defense. So on this rollout will be the Baby Ducks finding themselves on the offensive joust, which has not been a frequent thing in this game, but they're just trying to work it up slowly, it looks like, not in too much of a rush. Tyrant there in the midfield. No one there to pressure quite yet, just the Absolute Unit defense maybe allowing them to work it up the floor. Although with 2 minutes 37 seconds left, they don't really have to necessarily. They can play it just as slow as they would like. Now holding on to the disc too long, Orbit Star gets a good stun to cause a turnover, find a nice bounce, and there's a boost coming in from Dune, getting a punch boost at that, maybe in position to contest this couple of players, but unable to do so, as will be Ducks retaining. 2 minutes 15 seconds left, 8-4 on the scoreboard currently, and trying to back this out to the bow tie area. And no one there to receive it initially, but eventually Spider Ferg will collect that disc. But right back is Dune. So Dune trying to go on the Dune buggy there to drive his team forward and bring them back within a point. It's 8-7, Absolute Units closing the gap late here in round 2, seeing if they can indeed come back and force that round 3. See Quotai calling out JJ for going bonkers on that play a minute or 2 ago, and yeah, absolutely. At the moment, Absolute Units trying to do the unlikely and go bonkers here for that comeback. I know for a bunch of Baby Ducks, they were feeling good. They were feeling like they had firm control, full control, and they were in position to win. Still might be, but we'll see. It turned, though, from that 4-point cushion where you felt like, yeah, we had control, then suddenly just some good defense being played, and it's right back into anyone's hands for this win. So Sayotos gets that disc, does need to clear it rather quickly, and does so. No one in the midfield to grab that back, so now a matter of the boost. There's some good speed coming in now from Orbit Star and Absolute Unit, so now they're first to the disc with the last few attempts. See if that continues. That said, they do kind of rush a clear there, unforced turnover with all the defense back in the bubble. So I think for Absolute Unit, want to see them play a bit more patient and communicative with that, so they don't throw it away unnecessarily, because now it will indeed just be a deep fling into the back line and giving Baby Ducks a chance to pull ahead one more time, and one score here will be perhaps the freeze out on this game, the ice. So we'll see. Jade Michael going for a deep cross. Oh, and look at that slingshot, that slap shot, flap. Talk about a flapjack. As they do go right back up by 3 points. So now for Absolute Units, they're going to absolutely need a 3-point shot in a very, very short amount of time. Not impossible, but just difficult. Let's see. They go for the immediate clear there. And if they can get their boosted players on the other end, which they do, you can collect that disc, and someone does need to go for that goalie as well. But at the moment, no one there. The goal covered off and cleared out from Tyrants. So as a result, it's going to be that 3-point victory from a bunch of baby ducks, able to close this through in the sweep. 10-7, but Absolute Unit did a very good job making it very close. Towards the end, those last couple minutes brought it to within 1 point off of that nice 3-point hit from Dune, but ultimately just that those last turnovers that kind of did them in, and Baby Ducks were able to fully capitalize on that. So with that said, off to the scoreboard there. It's 7 points for Flatman 0, 6 for Jade Michael, 2 for Spider Ferg, and 4 for Tyrant. Meanwhile, on the Absolute Unit side, it was 4 for JJ, 3 for Orbitstar, Sayotos with 2, and Dune with 3. Also noteworthy, the 52 stuns from Dune, which is pretty ridiculous for the 2 rounds, especially compared to everyone else here. I mean, he's ahead by a solid 2, 3, or 4 times the amount of everyone else, it looks like. So, strong stunning effort from them. But that said, we've got the next match scheduled to start here pretty much right away, so we're going to not linger here too long. The next match will be Onion versus Technique, so stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to VR Master League. Getting ready to start with our second match of the night here on Channel 2, which is to say, we've got Onion and Technique facing off. Can you guess which is which based on the logos? I can't. So clearly we've got Onion on the left side here in orange. Just kidding. Technique is on orange with a roster of Kyle M, Quantum Realm, G-Dog, and Purple Mikey. Now over on Onion's side, we've got ourselves Beat, Seagull, One Single Pancake, and the Moose. And happy to get these players here back on stream and ready to get going in a minute here. And for those joining us on the stream today, whether it's on Channel 1 or Channel 2, appreciate you guys. Over here, of course, I'm Palidore. On casting and on cameras is Swift. On Channel 1, we've got Sir Dimwee with so much for subtlety on the cams, and they're casting momentarily, I think, a Joker and Illuminati, excuse me, match, as well as a Joker versus Frostbite match in about 45 minutes from now. But on this channel here, if you're joining us, glad to have you, glad to feature these teams. Following this one as well, provided things get started here in a timely manner, we'll have Space Force and Misfits following, provided that they wish to wait. Again, kind of depends. But nonetheless, we're going to get started here. See Flatman there stopping in the chat saying GG's after. Indeed, yes, welcome. And Silverfire getting ready to root for Technique. BTS King cheering on Technique and saying, Palidore, take my money. Okay. I'll take it this time. See, you weren't expecting that, were you? You said that so many times over the last 8 months. But were you actually prepared for the day that I said, okay? I don't think so. So now what you gonna do? Best Beck in there saying, yo, Onion, about to slap some Technique disc. Where are you going with that? BTS, link me your PayPal. You called my bluff. It's swiftiw@paypal.com or something. That's not how that works. Never mind. Anyway. Telling BTS to sub. Can't on this chat. Should be able to. We gotta apply for affiliate, don't we? I'm pretty sure we got that at this point throughout the first 4 weeks, 1 month of season 2. So we just gotta apply. In fact, we may have it for Channel 3. I gotta go check on that one. Channel 2 should be good. Channel 3, I'm fairly sure, should be okay as well, but not positive. But yes, in any case, we should be starting here awfully soon, I do think. There's a lot of discussion going on in League org, so I'm just trying to shuffle through it and make sure. And yeah, we did ping the teams, it looks like, so just a matter of what these guys decide to do. We'll see. See, again, YouTube in there popping in the chat, as well as Thunder Ragnarok. Cheered on Onion. There we go. So we've got some Onion fans. We got some Technique fans. And we got BTS, a Pally stan. I'm sorry. I'm Pally Man. And we're trying to get this match started. Maybe. Because trying to listen to the comms here and see if there's anything unusual going on. I don't really hear anything out of the world. And Swift reminding me, indeed, some news today. You guys might have seen the announcements of our prize pools across our different games in VRML, between Pavlov, Onward, and of course Echo Arena. $12,000 value over the 3 games, which is a very nice increase for Echo itself. No, 1,400 there in cash prizes and a couple more thousand in merchandise and vouchers and things like that. So some good growth. We're excited to announce that. And again, it's all just thanks to people for tuning in, for watching, supporting. Thanks to our sponsors, of course, at ProTube VR and VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware. Always appreciative of them and contributing to that prize pool, as well as Oculus venues, of course. Just all these good growth opportunities for us in the league. It's been exciting. It's been fun. I'm glad we got to announce that and kind of just show the progression of the league and of the game here in Echo Arena especially. So you guys want to keep seeing more opportunities like that, you know, give those sponsors your support, give venues your support and your viewership. It's all very important for the long term. Now, on this first joust here, we are indeed underway. First pass attempt there to beat, and right on beat, right on the feet. That was quite the offensive treat for 2 points. Technical Rex asking about prize pool for OCE. We have not announced the distribution yet between the regions. So I have nothing to offer yet, except stay tuned. Still figuring out the specifics of all that, but nonetheless, over here, it will be Seagull with a disc and having it lost, stunned out to the bottom of the floor. Purple Mikey over to Quantum Realm now, and now right back at them. Same thing. Good placement on the shot here. Coming Technique's way to tie it up at 2 apiece. Very nice. Actually, no, I can confirm what Thunder says. It's going to be split between all teams. Everyone gets a quarter. Which is to say 20 cents. Yeah, there you go. Not even a quarter. Sounds legit. But over here to the mid lane will be one single pancake with maybe one single mistake as Kyle does take the disc, and it's going to bounce off that corner, the Pac-Man. But Pancake, some nice leeches there to actually get the disc back despite losing it. So making up for any mistakes with some good grabs and nice speed as it sails into the mid lane and then right back out into the orange field. But Purple Mikey there trying to send into the other lane, but Quantum Realm getting it back as well, trying to dodge through, but you can see Purple Mikey just running interference there on the defenders to just buy his teammates some time. But nonetheless, ever persistent, a defensive nuisance is beat, really causing some trouble and actually forcing this turnover that's going to bounce maybe into his hands. It does. Now anchoring off, pushing off, and getting the shot. Very nice from Beat. The second score in a row, but really predicated off some great defense there in the midfield. Super aggressive. Enable his teammates to get the turnover there. One single pancake, and then just eventually found Beat's hands. So very aggressive and nice positioning being shown. So on this launch out, it's 4 points to 2. Will be Kyle passing it over to the station, and G-Dog now to the floor. Be Quantum off the backboard. Now look at that perfect place score. Another centimeter off, and that would have just dung right out of there. Dung? Dinged. Danged. Help me, Swift. Dang, dang, diggity dang is what I meant to say. But over here, it's a launch now. QBing, it's going to be Beats. 4 points, tied up here. Just 3 minutes expired, so kind of a frantic pace, just back and forth, these two teams getting a couple scores. One single pancake, trying to find Beats, but Beats will just get the disc back instead, the kind of hard way. Instead of the pass, the nice intercept, and now handing it off here to Seagull. Seagull being shot out of the sky with the stuns as Kyle goes to the midline. Now that's going to go into the awaiting hands of Quantum. Never mind, single pancake. So Pancake with some Quantum entanglement being ran on the defense as it does bounce outside the bubble. Will be taken by Beat. Beat has teammates, goes for the backboard, and couldn't get the play. Now to the wedge, Quantum Realm the disc, but having it knocked loose. So therefore back to the Moose. So the Moose trying to get loose, but not enough juice on the pass, and they'll actually bounce right back into a dangerous spot and result in the shot. The Moose stampeding all over that orange bubble and taking a 2-point lead. See John Tejano Romano stopping in and perhaps going to be streamed real soon. Welcome. What was that? I don't know. Now Silverfire as well, saying pretty good inside shot, and BTS with those amazing emotes that I do love. One single pancake. Nice stun there. Shot as well. Oh, and it bounces in. How about that from one single pancake? That is a beautiful series of moves there. And that really unlikely ding, that was just barely squeezing in off that post. That's the second time in this match we've seen a disc barely score off of that ding, and very, very nice. Yeah, John Tejada saying, how you been? It's the captain of Technique. Oh, well, indeed. Welcome to the stream. As right, again. I mean, I remember you from yesterday and the day before, I think, but it's good to see you just the same. Actually, no, not the day before, because Monday I wasn't streaming, but Sunday. I've seen you around. Now, over here, trying to work it around to the backboard pass, just past the hands, but G-Dog gets the nice grab. There we go. So even despite the initial intended target on the pass being missed, still made up for it with G-Dog just sailing in. Oh yeah. My bad, Tejada. I thought you were, for some reason, I thought you were on Misfits, who might be streamed next. My bad. Technique. Technique. As SpongeBob once said. The Moose here, trying to let that disc loose through the other side. Getting a clear, but not the boost from the Moose. They were trying for it. Got kind of distracted a bit by the defense. So Kyle M, gonna retain that. Send a pass over to mid lane. There's Quantum Realm with the grab. Looking for a bounce shot, maybe. Still has a chance, in fact. Good rebound, but a better grab by the Moose. Saying, move over, Moose over, as they go here to the other side of the floor. That's going to sound mighty close and be taken here by Pancake. Now, Pancake trying to lay it flat for the goal off of that stun. Oh, very unfortunate roll-in. I'm sure if you're on a Technique side, but Pancake, even when maybe it wasn't quite the intended shot, it'll still just luckily sail in off the stun. How about that? So the aggression being shown and buying them that breakaway goal. 3:16 remaining in round 1. 11-6 advantage. Purple Mikey still with a chance and opportunity here to get some scores on the board. I know from what I've streamed before from Technique, remember being impressed with their team play, and they're going for it right here. Unfortunately, G-Dog was stunned out there by Pancake, so that's not going to get them what they wanted, but good positioning there from Kyle. So Kyle, from down the line, will find the goal attempt, a rebound from G-Dog again, the right place, the right time, and now gets the goal as a result. So G-Dog, that's twice in a row for G-Dog now, that he's just been in that right place off that missed shot, or the missed shot / pass, and was able to convert a goal off of that. Very, very nice. It's a 3-point match, 2:28 remaining. All right, so will be Pancake here evading Kyle. Some good defense, man-on-man defense being played as Quantum tries to crawl up to contest. And now up high will be Kyle there being stunned. Pancake stunning 2 different players, but Kyle still retaining the disc eventually, kind of fortunately rolling his way. Unable to get the clear though. Will mean Seagull has a chance at this one, but you know what? So does Quantum once again. So Quantum Realm. Over to the receiver, it's Kyle being stunned out though. Was a good look, but just too many defenders in the way there with the brawls. So denying that one as it bounces off the Pac-Man. Some fast boosted players, Quantum again. So definitely been first to the disc here a few different times for Quantum. Now a clear there from G-Dog will bounce into the bubble, but some stacks coming in from Kyle. Kyle trying to find the room, but Seagull gets it away to Pancake. A lot of stuns, once again, being dealt in the mid lane. Just delay these stacks a bit, as it does sail into the 2-point zone now. We're just outside of it. Missing the hands of a few different players, but nice stun from G-Dog, a very important one. So we're seeing G-Dog play some very nice bubble, not only offense, but defense. You know, got a couple scores on one end with those nice rebounds, and then the nice stuns on this end on defense. So G-Dog doing some good work, and G-Dog getting a clear. Now, all the meanwhile, it's Quantum Realm. Oh, trying to take the helm, but instead it's the Moose. Another stoppage with another clear out on that save attempt, and will be still another offensive attempt here from Quantum, trying again, backboard, and again! The perfect spot right on the bottom. So 1 point game, and technically, but not a lot of it. It'll basically come down to the control here. As long as Onion is able to get any kind of clear here, they should be good. Now, the boost actually off of that Joust a bit slow on the defense. So actually offered Onion a lot of time there to just, well, wind down that clock and drain it out for the win. But still, bringing it really close. I mean, only a 1 point advantage here on that win, so very, very narrow. It will be Onion, however, taking that first round. And a nice effort from multiple players there. But definitely gotta shout out G-Dog, as well as Quantum Realm for technique, just really playing some good mid lane defense there. Kyle, 3 assists for technique. Purple Mikey with an assist and a stun. But yeah, for Onion, it was just a good effort from Beat and Pancake. I mean, 4 points and 5 points respectively, as well as 2 assists for Pancake. Seagull there with the 8 stuns, and the Moose with 2 points, 1 steal, 8 stuns, and also I do believe a save that maybe wasn't credited. But either way, some good defense being shown from the Moose and some good aggression. Gotta hate aggressive Mooses. Or Meese. Is it Meese? It might be Meese. I don't know. You say Mooses, I say Meese. The point is, they're scary. Especially when they're charging at you like Moose was on some of those. Somehow activated Siri. Interesting. And Swift informing me that it's just Moose. I don't know. It doesn't sound right. It's Meese. It's totally Meese. All right, well, round 2. The Mooses, the Mace, I'm not sure. I'm all out of place. Over here, though, on the sidewall, taken down by Beats. Beats is going to immediately sling it and right through the hands. Luckily, that was almost intercepted by Purple Mikey in the back end. And meanwhile, that stack getting back to the bubble. So getting the disc nicely. Purple Mikey as well, going for the clear. It'll bounce off the popcorn block. Or as Strem calls it, double diamond, I think, for some reason, or something silly like that. Quantum Realm, though, is going to get the shot, just bouncing right his way, and first 2 points going Technique's way. Trying to remember, for Strem cast it with me the other day, but he called the popcorn block something. I'm pretty sure it was double or something like that. He called it something weird. That's incorrect. I mean, I know I used to call Bowtie double diamond myself, so I'm kind of guilty of it as well. But nonetheless, will be a nice intercept actually from Quantum. That's going to be a bounce shot attempt again. We've seen that taken before, but just missing here on this attempt. Slung out of there into the midfield, but a couple of defenders there. G-Dog retaining, which has been kind of the case several times now. But taken back by Beat. Now Beat on the ground, trying to walk it through and just evade G-Dog, but G-Dog cannot count G-Dog out. Been getting so many good attempts thanks to that positioning and just the great reflexes. So G-Dog yet again flying through and gets the 4th point for Technique. Bestbeck saying the plural of moose is moose. No, I deny your logic, and even if it is correct, I'm gonna die on this hill. But one single Pancake, handing it over to Seagull. Now, is it Seagull or Sea Geese? Just kidding. Will be Purple Mikey with the disc, though, over on the side. Well, walking up the floor, uncontested for a little bit, but throwing it into the hands there is Seagull. Seagull losing it out, so trying to pick it off again as G-Dog, of course, but G-Dog now losing it, and a lot of piles forming. Not dog piles, but I guess bird piles, moose piles even. Sounds gross. G-Dog made the most out of that, though, didn't he? 7 points for Technique. A nice comeback round just to start off these first few minutes for Technique. Really hot shots in just 2.5 minutes of play. Creamy Sody asking if this is Palidore casting. Yes, Pally Crawdad here, along with Swift on the cameras. / send Pally. Pally Pog? Palidore? I don't know. There's so many better names than Palidad. Why don't you go with one of those ones? Even Sen Pally isn't as bad. Over here, one single pancake is going to take the disc and look for that cross pass very nicely, but it will be cut off nicely as well by Quantum Realm. John saying, y'all some weirdos, right? Meanwhile, though, Quantum Realm, oh, the great cross pass, but a little bit tough on the finish. Definitely had to reach really far back in order to make that catch, so it was kind of tough on the conversion. A single pancake. Yeah, Pally Mom, that's absolutely. Go with that one. On that note, you should go to your room. You all are punished for your foul play. Kyle M here trying to make a play, going to the bow tie, but Purple Mikey passed his hands thanks to those bounces. Meanwhile, Kyle M with the disc, recovering and now trying to send a much more precise one to Quantum at the bow tie. Quantum up to the shoulder, up high. Now trying to tap down and gets another shot. It's G-Dog again, and G-Dog is really been a hot hand dating back to about midway through the first round for technique. A lot of these points now, 11 of them in fact, going to G-Dog's way since the first round. It's 11 out of the 19 total points that technique has been able to score. Best saying, palental unit. Did you just call me a lentil? Anyway, over here, it's Moose. Oh, having it saved, though. Purple Mikey, great defense. Couldn't get the clear, so we'll go back to Kyle. Now, Kyle will get a much more successful clear, so great defense from technique. See if they can turn it into yet some more offense. Looks like 2 stacks. First on the approach is Moose, but Moose getting stunned right at the barrier as Quantum Realm, oh, look at the nice pass. 11 points, and that was gorgeous from technique. And that is the technique that I was talking about from previous streams. That was clean. That was mean. And now reigning supreme for the 11th point. Shutout thus far, halfway through the second round. Creamy Sodi saying, you are the stunning master, but you're not seeing enough stunning. Well, you're stunning. I see a lot of stunning here as they're, oh, look at that, in the running for the goalkeeper of the match. Purple Mikey doing the works yet again, putting them through the absolute clamps on defense. That's such a just nice series of plays again. See if they can do it again, turn it into some offense. I mean, really predicated off of Mikey's defense there. Really causing this defense now for Onion, that is, just to be all kinds of disarray. Now, that said, making a nice play, pinning it off the backboard attempt was the Moose. So the Moose saying that, hey, I still got it on defense. Definitely showed some good defensive potential in that first round. Trying to do it again here in the second. A deep fling, though. Great pass. Quantum Realm, the hesitation move. And most definitely this team is in the groove. Quantum Realm buying that baker's dozen, the 13th point. Going technique's way, and round 3, I mean, I know we still have 3 minutes and 46 seconds left, but round 3 is looking mighty likely here. All right, so one single pancake with that deep crossover to the Moose. Nice one. Good reset as well. I like that from Onion very much so. Good team play. Going for that nest pass, but yeah, that one's just where it went wrong because see 2 different defenders covering Seagull at nest, so definitely a tough pass to go to. Otherwise, I do like the rest of those moves and the rest of the ideas there being shown by Onion. But of course, the dangers, the thing is with passing, and you can be perfect and precise, you know, with 5 passes in a row, 10 passes in a row. But it's just that one last one, that one mistake that always costs you. That's the unfortunate yet beautiful reality of sports and of Echo Arena. It's just, it's so team focused, and it's so you know, predicated again on teams being able to execute. And as that shot, another bounce attempt. That's a 3rd one at least that we've seen technique take. And G-Dog, more than 3 of those. He's had so many rebounded goals now for the 15th point. That must be the 4th or 5th rebound from G-Dog that's led directly to a goal from him. But yeah, you can see what I mean though, and what I was saying. They're just, the execution's so nice, but it's always those single mistakes that end up costing you. Which is why as we go higher and higher in these divisions and at these levels of play, it's just, it gets so fun to watch the level of execution. And you know, with these teams included, I mean, I've been impressive on the passing execution. I've been impressed on some of the goalkeeping execution we've been seeing. Right now, coming up is Seagull, but that is very, very unfortunate. Kind of losing the connection maybe on the controllers and just being flung the opposite way. So, gotta feel for them on that opportunity, as that does bounce mighty close to the goal. Will bounce still yet mighty close. That would have been just a crazy turn of events there. One of those situations where I would say when it rains, it pours, but luckily not going against them here for Onion. Now, Onion finding a clear, but no stacks or anything really on the way, so we'll give plenty of time for Kyle and Technique to collect that disc once again. So Purple Mikey will be contested by Beat. Meanwhile, looking for a clear. Gets it through the defender just barely, and some nice boosts coming in from Onion. Now, even some nice redirects. So, even though they're scoreless, Onion is showing a lot of good things. There's Beat with a great grab, a steal, slinging it through on the recovery, but it will be Purple Mikey. So that's the thing. I feel like this game is not, the score is not indicative, though, of some of the good things that Onion is definitely doing. It's just at the moment, Technique, they're finding the better rhythm. They're finding the momentum. They're finding the turnaround dunker from Quantum Realm. They are up to 17 points, just like that, as we approach this final, 42 seconds of round 2. So, yeah, round 3 is a guarantee. Absolutely. So on this rollout, getting a clear over there, a pass rather, reaching eventually single Pancake. Pancake now needs to be careful. There's some boosted players, but look at that, just perfect pass, but even better steal there from Quantum Realm. So nice control being shown. The boost missing some regrabs, however, for Onion, which will get the disc back eventually for Quantum. Now Quantum being stunned by Pancake, and Pancake looking to maybe get that goal, but just will roll all around and finally out the bubble again. So round 2 is going to end here. A stark contrast to what we saw just 10 minutes ago. 17-0. Also hearing as well, I'm not sure if it was heard on the stream or by Swift, but there will be a restart, a timeout being taken. But because it is between rounds at the moment, it's not a tech timeout, just for clarification. If teams do want 5 minutes between rounds, either team wants them, you can take those without any kind of penalty or having it count towards your tech timeouts and such. But nonetheless, one of these teams called for it, so we will be taking a short break for some sort of issue that they're trying to solve, I believe. Now, with that said, let me read the stats for you quick here. We got, as you can see, I mean, that first round, 11-10, favoring Onion there. But, I mean, Technique, they started building it a bit towards the end of the first round. They had some good goals, those rebounded goals from G-Dog especially. And G-Dog continued to do that here, as well as the rest of Technique, quite frankly, in this round to get all those points. I mean, a lot of that distribution, you can see the point distribution from G-Dog and Quantum with 13 and 12 respectively. But you got to point out and applaud the team play, the passing. Those two players have a couple of assists themselves, but then look at Kyle and Purple Mikey, 3 assists apiece. So even though they're not scoring as much, they're enabling the scores to happen. That's as important as anything. I mean, always I'm quick to point those out because you love to see the passing play, and some of those passes were hot from Technique for sure. You can see 3 different players as well with 1 save, so also quite nice. And yeah, always good to see. Now in the meantime, give me 1 second. I don't know if there's anyone from Space Force or Misfits in the Twitch right now. I'm going to tag you in Discord just in case, but in the event that you guys are waiting, we'll still I can get you streamed after this match. All right, so tag the teams just in case. I'm not really sure if they started or not. So yeah, if Space Force and Misfits are around, we will definitely stream them right after this. At least I hope I'm remembering correctly. I might not be. I always get tangled up on which matches are which sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Space Force and Misfits. I was correct. Can't tell you how many times I've typed it out in chat, and it'll be like two teams who are playing that night but not playing each other. I've done that so much. But that's what I get for not double-checking my work. Nonetheless, we're good on that end, so in the event that they're waiting, we can stream them. If they're not a problem. And this will be our last match, if that is the case. I do know over on Channel 1, we have Sir Dimwee and So Much for Subtlety. They've been camming a few matches in a row as well. We have the Joker and Illuminati game, which is presumably over and scheduled to start in about, 7 minutes from now? 6 minutes from now is Joker versus Frostbite. So that'll be another one to tune into over on Channel 1 soon here. I see Frostbite, of course, sporting a new logo, a new old logo, with Chrome Platypus joining Grumpy, or as he's known, Grump Dash now. But joining Grump on Frostbite, two teammates on Flare last season, and now kind of using the old Flare logo, except turning it blue to fit that Frostbite theme. So that's kind of cool. Kind of cool, kind of creative. I like it. Coney's saying Joker's still playing. They mercy the first round. It's now 11-6 for Joker. Oh, there you go. Thanks for informing. So apparently, I guess that makes sense because I think that match did get started a little bit late as well. So, hey. John's saying your team's MMR is incorrect in your win-loss ratio. Yeah, that's because so these stats actually at the moment pull from Echopedia, which is to say they're not updated in real time, so they might be behind by a day or two depending. The way we used to do it was manual, but manual is very tough and time-consuming to get all the rosters and then the divisions and score and then records and things like that. So Ignite's been helping us out with the overlays to pull it from the website. Now that said, I think we're still trying to get Ignite more integrated with like the stats and the website itself, so they can pull directly from it easier in the future. So I don't expect it to stay the way it is forever. But yeah, if overlays are outdated by like a day or two, that would be the reason why. Just because it's not technically updated on a daily or real-time basis, for instance. I think it's maybe a couple times a week or so, but not positive on that. But yeah, that's the main reason. We used to, like in Season 1, pretty much the entirety of Season 1, all that stuff was updated to the minute, basically, because we would input it manually on the caster's end. Essentially, we'd have a way to input, the records and MMRs, divisions, all that stuff. But as we got more and more teams, it became more and more time-consuming and a little bit annoying in that sense. Excuse that, but yeah, and as a result, hold on actually, because round 3 is going to start. Okay, never mind. So as a result, we moved on to the Ignite overlays, which have been super helpful. And now round 3 underway as Beats goes right in on a couple of goalies. A lot of interference being ran there, but managed to squeeze it through. So there's the first couple points following that brief intermission there between rounds. And starting off round 3 in a very good fashion here for Onion. I'm sure they're extremely happy, in fact, to see that go through, considering they were being held scoreless there in that last round. So that is immediately good news for them. So Kyle with a disc, G-Dog as well. Now it's being taken here by Pancake instead. So I would say, just immediately based off this first minute anyways, there's a lot more good things going the way of Onion. Of course, I did mention Onion. I think the score last round was a bit misleading still, because it's not as if Onion was playing bad in particular areas. I was seeing a lot of good things from them on the defense, on the stacking, on some of the passing plays they went for. But as I say that, it's just technique with some great passing plays of their own. They're continuing it. That's just a perfectly delivered pass to the right player to get the one-on-one opportunity right on the goal. It doesn't get any better than that. So great job here to clap back and tie it up at 2 apiece. All the meanwhile, some live updates from Kona Gamer, our live action reporter, saying Joker took the round in OT. Super interesting. Against Illuminati. But yeah, Joker will apparently win that one. Meanwhile, Seagull is going to dive in on this, but gets stunned out and lose it to a G-Dog. G-Dog, the very good defender and just well-positioned player throughout the course of this series. Pancake delivering it to Beats. Beats just trying to dodge through. Somehow does actually lose the defender, G-Dog there. And a nice handoff as well to Pancake. And again, Onion was doing this in the last round as well, so it's not as if this is a new development. They've been showing some good passes. But again, on the turnover here, unfortunately for them, going back the way of Kyle. Now Kyle's going to find G-Dog. G-Dog from up high. That's a tough angle, tough corner. And even on the kind of backwards momentum floating upwards. Just a great shot. Heard of downward dog. How about upward dog? They're going up here on the scoreboard. It's 4-2 for Technique. So on this launch, it's Beats going for that pass to the ramp. Just trying to be evasive. G-Dog again contesting and getting the disc back, however. So a clear, there's the boost, and attempting to get the disc back. It's going to be Quantum. Has some options there. Over on the Nuggets as well as the floor. Going over to G-Dog up high at the ceiling. They have the back pass available if necessary. But look at this. Just great patience, concentration. And they're going to get the goal as a result yet again. How many times now? Continuing to press with his passing. And again, the patience. It'd be so easy for Technique in a lot of these situations. Like, especially in that play, you can see just on the highlight. It'd be easy to get a little bit panicky, you know, realizing that, hey, there's a defender nearby. I don't have a ton of forward momentum, but that's okay. We're going to find the right passes again and again, and we're going to get the goal as a result. So nice job. I think from here you can see, you know, speaking of the patience, I mean, Beat really trying to find that right pass. Was the right pass, a little bit strong, however, on the throw. Does manage to find Beat, and Beat getting that one over to Purple Mikey, however, on another save from Purple. Been great on the defensive end inside the goal. I think that shot may be taken from a little bit too far out, and will instead concede an open three, but not being hit. So very fortunate for Onion that that one wasn't made, and they weren't punished for that play on the other end. That said, Kyle still retaining for Technique, looking for that pass to Quantum. A great pass. Look at that. Just perfectly placed, just soft enough to catch, and just dunk it on in easy. So G-Dog, pretty much a gift wrap basket there from Quantum. And 9-2. Technique really not letting up since that strong second round. So Beats trying to work it up the floor. I think, again, where it seems like for Onion, they're getting stuck most because they're doing a lot of good things, and they're trying to be patient. They're going for the right passes. It's just some of the, you know, the pass is a bit too strong or a little bit too forward in a sense. So I think maybe going for some back passes a little bit more, and, you know, positioning out so they have that back pass available a little bit more often. And that's where you see teams, you know, higher and higher in level you go. They'll go for the back passes. They'll drag out the defenders, and then they'll make the forward pass, and then they'll start working up the floor. That way they can have less numbers to deal with in goal, and they can find, you know, these easier approaches, these more comfortable approaches. Because otherwise, you know, Onion doing a lot of the right things. It's just kind of the small things that they're missing, I think. Pancake here will get the disc, and let's see how they work up the floor this time. I mean, right now they have one defender starting to approach the cloud, and will actually be snagged out by Quantum Realm. So being taken a bit off guard. And Quantum, he is definitely well on guard and on their way for a round 3 win, perhaps. 4 minutes left. They're up by double digits now, thanks to that 3-point hit from 18 meters deep. 10-point game. Quick what up as well to Archie404. I found you, 404 or not. Welcome to the stream. A good duck here from the Moose. and a handoff. Now, see, it did reach the hands of Beat, but it was still a very tough catch. So hats off to Beat, and hats off for that shot. Getting it right through that stunned defender, or at least bothered if nothing else. That was a very needed hit from Onion. So staying in this, bring it just to a 7-point disadvantage now. So they're not out of it yet for Onion. That was a good play there. It was a tough play, but it was a good play. Now getting caught up actually on that joust, and perhaps the same for Onion. That was kind of an awkward thing that just happened, but either way, it's going to be to the benefit of well, actually, right back to technique indeed. So here they go on the floor. It's a 2-on-2 right up to the bubble. They're gonna turn into a 2-on-3 now. The defense coming back, but actually the maneuvering from Quantum actually losing himself. That's a little bit existential, but recovering nonetheless is Quantum. Now, Quantum will play it patiently, as has often been the case, it seems, for technique, knowing that they have the lead. So this is what I mean. Even though they didn't go for that back pass necessarily, you can see the mentality, though. Quantum held it with the intent of dragging out the defenders outside the bubble. But you can see they're doing it again here, and that is some just good plays as they now go for a great shot. Kyle delivering to G-Dog, and G-Dog putting it in the kennel, 14-5. But you see what I mean? Even in that case where Quantum, or rather Technique, they weren't going for the back pass, granted, but they still were going for that mentality I told you a moment ago, where you want to drag out the defense outside the bubble, because the less defenders you have inside that 2-point area, theoretically, the easier it is for your offense to work it in there and not feel as, aggressed upon. So it's good stuff. The Moose here, gonna work it up the floor. And diving in, and so see, that's where you can kind of see the contrast here. Whereas even though Onion has some really good passes, and they're connecting on these passes, they are pressing in sometimes before the defense is really dragged out enough. That said, that's going to be some good stuns coming in from Pancake, unable to do much with it and get a goal off of it, into the midfield. Looking to be recovered by Quantum. Now Quantum is going to take that disc and go for that 3-point hit. And it's 17-5 with a minute left in this round. So joust advantage back into the hands here of Onion on blue. It's looking like indeed that round in this series will go to technique. You can see John Tejada / Mr. Mrs. Tejada over in the chat. Very proud of that. Definitely a lot of things to be proud of. And again, same for Onion, honestly, because look at that. Again, a good cross pass, diving in, the whirls, the twirls, and the success. 7 points now on the board, one single Pancake getting it done there. But yeah, again, for Onion, there's still a lot of things to be proud of as well. Honestly, it's just the small tweaks that they need to make, because otherwise they have some pretty good execution, and they have the right playmaking concepts and the mechanics. It's really just the small adjustments they need to make in terms of positioning, in terms of resetting, and they should be fine going forward. It's still a very, very nice effort being shown from Onion. It's not by mistake that they took the first round and that we saw ourselves here in that third. So both teams showing some strong things, but just more consistently and a little bit more patient play being shown from Technique will get them that third round win. And yeah, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. So as we go to the stat sheet here in a moment, John Tejada saying, I'm a good captain, man, honestly. Ever the humble, but no doubt a lot of proud things for the team. Or a lot of things to be proud of for his team, I should say. Very well done. I mean, offense, huge from G-Dog and from Quantum Realm. All the way through those rounds, really kind of neck and neck with each other. I mean, I believe there's only 1 point of separation maybe in that second round as well, unless I'm forgetful and wrong, but both of them just carrying a very hefty load on the offensive end of things with 19 points and 18 points respectively, and 3 and 4 assists respectively. So just big stat lines all around. Again, though, still got to hand it off to the teammates with Kyle and Purple Mikey with a 5 assists and 3 assists between them, as well as the 3 saves from Purple Mikey. So even though they weren't scoring as much as G-Dog and Quantum, they were seriously enabling G-Dog and Quantum to score thanks to, again, the passes and the defense. Super important to actually enable the offense's job to be easier. Now, for Onion's side, it was Beat with 9 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 2 steals, 35 stuns. So that's a nice packed stat line for Beat. 1 single pancake, 7 points, 3 assists, 38 stuns to go with a couple saves. I mean, again, same kind of thing. A lot of good stats being shown. Seagull, a save, a steal, and 16 stuns. Kind of playing that kind of backline midfield role of sorts. And then you got Moose with the 2 points, 1 assist, 3 saves, 2 steals, and 28 stuns. So another packed scoring sheet, really, for all involved here. But that said, that's going to do it for this match and this stream. Perhaps it looks like, at least as far as I know, Space Force and Misfits weren't waiting or anything. It didn't get any further comms, so I do see one of the Space Force players actually typing at the moment, so we'll see what comes of that. But oh, okay, never mind. So I guess that match was actually rescheduled due to tech issues from maybe both teams because of server side ping things. So okay, never mind. That match won't be happening after all, but might happen again in the future, and hopefully we can stream that one. All right, so with that said, then I will direct you guys shortly here to VRML Channel 1, because unless I'm mistaken, there should be that match starting up imminently. Yep, looks like that's the case, and a lot of people already in there. But yeah, Frostbite and Team Joker about to start. So for those people who join here for this cast, appreciate you very much. And Joker versus Frostbite is going to be... Oh, can I not? Did I do it wrong? The command didn't work. Exclamation, I was stuck in VRML mode. Whoopsie. Let me try that again. Swift informing me. Boom, nailed it. All right, so you guys go file on over there. That'll be, looks like, our last match of the night, I do believe. But this will be it for Channel 2 regardless. So thank you to everyone for joining. Congrats to Technique for that win and Onion for a great game. Shout out one more time to our great sponsors in ProTube VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware for all the support for the community. And again, for contributing to that awesome prize pool we announced today of the $12,000 between of value between the 3 major VRML games, Pavlov, Onward, and Echo Arena. Thanks again to our moderating team, Wit, Nada, Sneaky Evil, Princess Alcos, Gilligan, Echo Zero, and Dano McFabulous. And with that said, we're ready to get out of here. So I've been Palidore. That's been Swift on the cameras. This has been VRML Week 5. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other. And we'll see you again real soon, maybe even on Channel 1.